Hey everybody. No, there's anybody watching right now, but started a little early. I'm driving. This won't be very long or anything. I'm just person I've been allowed to be on social media in a little while. Under an NDA for the last few, I don't know, last couple of months or so, working on a project. But the NDA was made null and void whenever they failed to pay any money. So no longer under any kind of NDA. Not there isn't much to talk about there, but I bet part of my NDA was that I wasn't allowed to be on social media, Discord, YouTube, this sort of thing. So that part's definitely lifted now. Just kind of want to just do a stream, I guess, for the hell of it, mostly because I'm driving. It gives me something to kind of do to keep myself awake here. Like long drives. Driving back and forth between Dallas and Texarkana all the time here lately. Trying to slowly but surely get everything moved. I'm about to do the rest of it in like one big moving truck push, but it's taking some time to get the money and everything to do that. So I was working with a local, Texarkana local artist, very talented guy. Had kind of a record contract type thing, and that's where the NDA came from. But like I said, the record company was apparently not as solvent as they purported to be. They kept saying they were sending money, they were sending this or that, and it never would occur. So finally, we had enough, and we just cut ties with them. Produced some pretty good content, some pretty good music though. Not the kind of music that normally I would be that I would normally make or anything, but very talented artists, rap, hip hop kind of stuff. Anyway, and so I am just driving along. I'm in what's known as Mount Pleasant here along I-30. I'm about about an hour from my destination right now. Actually, it won't be quite an hour. I have the GPS set for Texarkana proper, but I'm not actually headed to Texarkana proper. I'm headed somewhere slightly outside of that. So, I just kind of wanted to. I know a lot of people. There have been some people that have asked me like, what happened to me and stuff like that. Not really, not a lot of people, but a few people. I just wanted to make like a little video just to kind of give some people some updates on my status and what's going on. I've been buried pretty deep in between trying to do this extremely complicated move and kind of a move I don't really want to do either. And now I'm actually questioning whether the move is even the right decision, considering that our next move with the music is probably going to have to be kind of Dallas based. So spent all this time like getting things moved from Dallas to Texarkana, only to find out that actually, Texarkana, for those of you who don't know, is a very tiny town. It's on the border of Arkansas and Texas, and there isn't much to it. Population-wise, 120,000 people or so. It's not the tiniest town in the world, but it's not exactly tiny. It's not exactly tiny in itself, though. It feels like the smallest town in the world. it is about to be a major intersection between like three major highways. So that in itself could mean like in the next 10 years it could be a major metropolitan area of some sort. But I don't know. I don't know if Texarkana has the land infrastructure to. I don't know where that kind of infrastructure would be built out there in Texarkana. It's pretty. I don't know. It's really spread out, and it would be really difficult to like build a kind of without tearing down a whole lot of stuff. I don't know how Texarkana would deal with that, but we'll see what happens. But nonetheless, so I've been working with an artist that I'm actually very happy to be working with. Been a good friend of mine, and yeah, he got screwed over in this whole deal way more than anybody else did. I put in some I spent some time and like the use of some of my equipment and stuff like that, but I didn't really lose anything ultimately. I guess he didn't like lose anything either, just for his time, but like he also lost like the promise of getting a small paycheck that would have at least would have like kept him afloat for a little while. It's been it's been pretty stressful last couple of months. Had a had a cat that was kind of sick and dying, but she's holding on now. I didn't think she was going to. I thought the cat was going to be dead by now for sure, but she's managed to hold on. We've managed to plug eventually in a gastric ulcer, a hole in her stomach. Another portable thing is managed to. I'm still prepared for the worst on that one, but she's a good little cat. She kind of little cat that kind of saved my life back in the day when I was was nice strong enough to be but in any case, just kind of it's been a couple of months. I really it's kind of we're not able to talk to anybody or something like that. Maybe I could have talked to some people but I wasn't really sure how much they were monitoring and how important it was, and I was also under the impression they were much more, they were a much better or bigger company than they were. Now I certainly can tell the company's probably more or less defunct, so I'm not going to go into too much of that because I don't know. I mean, I know the portion of the NDA that like forbade me from being on social media and stuff. That stuff is like definitely null and void, but I don't know the legal ramifications. I was talking about the actual company and the legal ins and outs and stuff. So I don't want to go into any of that. At least until I know more. This all just kind of happened the last day or so. No, it's I don't know. I've been in a state of high anxiety, high stress, and it's just kept me so tired. Just like hypertension just keeps you so freaking like wound. Um, Maybe this trip between Dallas and Texarkana, I don't know, probably 15 times the last 30 days. Uh, we managed to get with some of the disability money we managed to upgrade our car into something that was actually reliable. So that's been good. I have a reliable car now. We're not like, driving something that the wheels are going to fall off anytime. Anytime. It's expensive, but whenever your credits are around, you can get. It's a Hyundai Ioniq, which I know there's a lot of talking about how Hyundais and Kias and all that shit are they're all completely shit cars like that. I don't know. I haven't had a single. This thing there is a recall in this thing that I have to take it in for the computer system. But I haven't had any mechanical issues or anything like that. It drives smooth as can be. It's fast if it needs to be. For the most part, it gets like 60 miles a gallon on gas. I mean, you can't really beat that. It doesn't even take much to fill up, so I feel this tank of it because it has like pretty much says on it like 600 miles. It's pretty solid. I can make 2 trips between Texarkana and Dallas back and forth each way on one tank, so that's pretty good. It's a pretty area. You can just take a look out here. See, this is where I'm driving. Very boring, but very green. My health, my overall, I guess, mental health, and amongst other things, it's been rough here and there. Everything that happened with Jeff and everything really put me in a bad place for a while. I still don't really understand what happened there. I still don't actually have any clarity or closure on the whole situation. Not that I expect to ever get it. So yeah, I just kind of moved on from it, but I don't really know. I see Jeff still streams all the time. I haven't looked at a single stream and since like that all went down. I'm taking it one day at a time. I feel like I lost like a lot of friends that I had, a lot of people that meant something to me, and it's okay though. There's not really anybody, I guess, watching, so I guess this will be up as a VOD on YouTube if anybody wants to watch it later. I was thinking maybe 1 or 2 people might have the time to jump on, like might have a little conversation, but since there's nobody watching, nobody's trying to jump in, I probably won't go too long here. Probably just just kind of keep this as brief as it's easier for me with the little amount of time I have. It's easier for me to do this while I'm driving than it is for me to stop and type everything out on Discord and everything like that. I appreciate everybody that still frequents the Discord here and there. I mean, it's not a lot, but people that still come in there and talk to their overly sentient ChatGPT bot in there. Still one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. Oh, look at this! Look at those guys. It's a truck full of cyber trucks. That's what that is. They look used too. I don't know, it wouldn't surprise me if they were all used. I have to say, if the cyber truck wasn't a truck, if it was just like a car, with those kind of weird geodesic kind of boxy kind of styling to it, I'd probably be a lot more into it. I have no reason for a truck. If there's a truck that's almost useless as a truck, I wouldn't have any reason to ever drive one or want one. But I'd love to have a car that looked like it was something out of a weird Mad Max ripoff from the 80s or something like that. That looks awesome. I mean, yeah, Tesla's got their issues. I would never buy an electric car though. I'm 100% against it until they get to the point, until they make it where you can fill up your car or charge your car as fast as I can fill up my hybrid here, yeah, I'm never gonna go all EV. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it for me. I like to drive places. I like to get to places like they usually have like a maximum like 350, 400 mile range, which is long enough for me to get to Texarkana or something like that. But then once I get there, I don't know. I see a whole ton of situations where you need to charge your EV quickly, just where it just wouldn't be possible, and you might need that to happen. I mean, can you imagine having like a situation where like your wife is pregnant, you forgot to charge your car overnight or something, like you don't have enough charge to get to the hospital. Like those kind of things just don't happen with a hybrid electric car or a regular gas car for that matter. At least the hybrid gets, and honestly, everything I've seen, the hybrids are better for the environment too. I do not understand the push for EVs at this point. They just need the technology has got to come so much further, so much faster, and not to mention the infrastructure in place. So make sure there's charging stations as often as there are gas stations. And it's not like that part of it. I'm sorry, if Tesla, these other companies, if they really wanted that infrastructure to be there, they could have made it happen. They could have made deals with all these little gas stations and stuff along these highways, shit like that. They could have made sure that there was electric charging stations at every one of them. They don't care enough to actually invest in the infrastructure. Only cars, and fuck that shit. It's not worth it. Yeah, I'll be back. I'll be to my exit off the highway here in probably about 10 minutes, but it'll be less than that because the speed limit here is 75, so I'm going faster than 60 miles per hour. So probably about 15 minutes I'll be at the exit I got to get to. Man, my house though is a complete disaster. Somebody watching, hey, whoever's there, hello, welcome to this incredibly boring stream. I'm just kind of oh, hi Crystal, how's it going? Yeah, I've just been kind of doing a quick little check-in, catch-up with everybody because I've been out of commission for a while. I was under an NDA for a couple of months that forbade me from being on social media, including Discord, YouTube, this sort of thing, which is why I've been MIA for so long. And I guess I probably could have contacted people personally or something like that, but I don't know. I was really unclear about the stipulation of the NDA, and so. But as I explained earlier, the NDA is now defunct because the company that had me under the NDA they went insolvent or whatever. They never paid anyway. They never paid us, and so the NDA doesn't really matter anymore. I'm still not talking about the actual details of that situation. I'm just just giving the general, just in terms of my side of it, whatever my ability to communicate with people on social media and stuff like that. That stuff is definitely not in the picture anymore. So, and I've just been driving here along the route that I take to once every. It feels like once every 2 days, once every 3 days, or 4 days, but driving between Dallas and Texarkana, Dallas, Texarkana, back and forth all the time. You can see the back of my car here. It's just filled with stuff because I've just been taking little loads here and there, trying to get little things moved until I can get enough stuff where I could actually I could get it down enough where I could fit everything else I need to fit into a smallish moving truck. So yeah. Yeah, we're just family's good. Well, Juniper is as precocious as she can be. She is into everything. She doesn't walk anymore. She runs everywhere. It's pretty pretty coordinated too for the most part for a toddler. I'd say she's fast too, man. That kid is fast. She's an escape artist too. It doesn't matter what kind of like little like fence type thing you put up for her, man. She is out of that thing so fast. You know, I don't know. I really didn't talk, getting on stream and stuff like that. But I don't know how much I'm gonna do that for jumping on other people's streams much for. But I'm gonna start streaming again. Part of part of my plan now, like now this record company thing is to. I still really believe in the artist I've been working with. I think he's got a real potential for like real breakout mainstream talent, and I've been working really hard producing his music and getting it to sound as good as I can, and it's sounding pretty good, honestly. I mean, it may not be for in terms of people that would actually tune into this stream or anything. It may not be everyone's cup of tea. It may not be the kind of thing that a lot of people would necessarily. Certainly, probably wouldn't necessarily you'd associate with me, but it's kind of a mainstream hip hop trap kind of stuff. And I mean, but the guy behind it is just enormously talented. He's got real big personality, real big charisma. We've managed to pull in some other artists from the local area that are actually also enormously talented here and there for doing little guest spots here and there. And it's just, I mean, we've got some tracks that are, I mean, I honestly believe are hits. I mean, by hits, I don't mean just like songs that people like. I mean actual, real world hits, like hits like that you hit like a hit you would hear on mainstream radio. It's some of his stuff is come out that good, and I have a small, very very tiny little bit of like I can take a little small credit for some of the writing a little bit. I've certainly helped encourage things this way or that way as a producer, but it's mostly him. But I really am committed to. I had a feeling something like this was going to happen with this record company thing for a little while, so I've been preparing for this and getting ready to try to kind of push him out there some other ways. So you might be seeing some streams from me like with him and just kind of trying to get the name out there, trying to get some kind of overall just recognition, some name brand, or I don't know what you do. I want to get his name out there, get the music out there, and try to get some concerts set up, some tour. So let's make a small tour or something, So yeah, I mean, we're getting. Oh, hey, Crystal. Well, no big deal. I didn't. I hadn't honestly. I'm mostly focusing on the road, so I hadn't even noticed that you dropped off there. So you're the only person watching. So thanks for stopping in. It's kind of a different direction from where I was going before. I wasn't. It's certainly not something I intended or planned on doing. It's something I fell into this. I tripped and fell into this whole other thing, and it's been an intense last couple of months. But like I said, once again, it's been good. I think we've gotten a lot of. I hadn't actually done any music production work in probably 8 years, and it took me like a couple of days to find my footing again. But I did. It all kind of came back to me. Getting really oh yeah, absolutely. How you been doing, Crystal? You been doing good? I hope so. You're welcome to come and talk if you want to. There's somebody else here. Just I'm probably not going to be going too much longer because there's not a. I don't feel like I have a lot to say monologue wise. A lot of the recent like the NDA collapsure or collapsing or whatever you want to call it. It's it's really new. It just happened literally yesterday. So that's but as soon as that was like confirmed to be like definitely over. I mean, I kind of thought it was over for a while before that, but I wasn't sure. As soon as I knew for sure that was Dunzo, then like that was the first thing I did was like, hey, I started contacting people this morning. Well, I've been kind of itching to talk to people for a little while. If nothing else, just to like let people know what was going on. I felt unsure of the legal side of things in terms of the NDA, so I just kind of kept myself off of everything. And Discord's kind of funny about how it like records things and stuff like that. I don't know how spyable it is, so I didn't want to endanger the artist contract or anything because I was like I was fucking around Discord and stuff like that. So or on YouTube or whatever, just kind of. So hopefully they'll I was flirting with getting back into. Oh, you're not really doing too great. Oh, so that sucks. I mean, I can't say that it's been going great for me either. I mean, it's been stressful, and I just finally on the 30th had my final disability hearing, which was just like just a complete WTF kind of like what the hell is this even about? Like the judge who is supposed to be someone who judges, who's supposed to like he's supposed to gather evidence and then make a judgment based on it, was basically acting as a prosecuting attorney in the situation versus my disability attorney, and kept like coming up with these weird hypothetical things in the hearing, and I was just like, what the hell even is this? Like, what? Just like she would be like, well, hypothetically, if he could do this, could he have a job then? And it's like, hypothetically, if I didn't have vertigo, I wouldn't be applying for disability. So, what do hypotheticals have to do with anything? It's either real or it's not. Yeah, I don't think I've missed much on it from what I can tell either. I mean, I see Jeff. Like Jeff has just been like streaming all the time. I even tried unsubscribing, not because I want to be a dick, because I tend to let myself subscribe because I wasn't trying to like I was trying to keep. I still support his channel, and he doesn't speak to me anymore or whatever, but for still reasons I don't know. But I tried unsubscribing to it finally because I just kept getting, because it was every time I opened my phone there was another stream, and I got tired of seeing it all the time. Just like kind of bummed me out, And so I tried to, and I still get, even after unsubscribing, I still get notifications about his streams every time he has one. I turn off the bell notification, turn off all that stuff. It doesn't matter. So, yeah, I think that Jack has been streaming a lot, and I would have popped in well, with SSD, yeah. If I'm telling you right now, Crystal, if you don't get one of those disability lawyers, your chances of getting through the disability process is next to nothing. The lawyers can handle so many things that like they don't even make known to you. Like there's so many like different parts of the appeal process, stuff that you can't even access as a regular citizen. I mean, you can, I guess, but you have to pretty much know what those avenues are and know how to apply them and how to do this for it to even matter. When I get back to where I'm heading right now, one of the things I have to do before I head back to Dallas again, which I'm heading back to Dallas today, to actually get a moving truck and try to move the rest of this stuff for real. I've got to call them because like they sent me a letter over the last week. I've been away from Dallas for about 6 days, and I had all this mail. And one of the things I got from Social Security was saying that they overpaid my wife's disability by like $1,000, and I'm just like, but it doesn't even make any sense. Like they sent this detailed like explanation of like, this is the money we should have paid you, and this is the money we did pay you, and they're completely different amounts and different dates. Like they're saying like, we should have paid you this much on this day, this day, this day, and then they said like, but we actually paid you as this on this day and this day and this, and it's like these things don't even like, these things aren't related. So I have to call the lawyer yet again to get them to deal with that, because it's not something that I can actually deal with. Yeah, the PCP not documenting everything properly is a big problem. But you see, the thing is, pretty much with disability, what you have to do, you have to go through the two denials and the two appeals. Once you get past that, then you can then your lawyer can request an adjudication from a judge. And once you get before the judge can do things like have you go to their doctors and get them to and like their doctors that said that way. The word of your doctors and stuff doesn't really mean much in comparison to the Social Security approved doctors. So if their doctors actually like, you know, say like, oh yes, this person is definitely disabled, then they're going to follow that. And so that's what you have to ultimately do. And it's annoying, certainly. But yeah, I mean like that, and the good thing of those lawyers, they don't charge you anything up front. You know, they're not going to like, you know, you're not going to end up owing them anything. They only make money if you actually get paid. So, did I just pass my exit? I don't think so. Shouldn't have been there yet. I don't think I passed New Boston yet, so I hope not. Oh man. Yeah, it's nice seeing you out there, Crystal. I really hope that you know, we can catch up online soon. I'm gonna try to like, you know, get the Discord going and stuff again. There's gonna be a lot of new things happening. The online, like the streaming space and everything, is gonna be a big part of my it's gonna be a big part of like, I think the next plan. I mean, I don't actually know what the plan's gonna be, but like I said, this is all pretty new. This next, I've been thinking about it for a while, but I didn't really know to act in what way to act yet, because I didn't really have like I didn't have all the. Yeah, we can voice chat whenever. I mean, you know, on Discord or whatever. I'm happy to talk to anybody anytime they want to. Just I mean, my Discord technically, I mean, I kept it on. I just so I could see like if anybody had if anybody had ever contacted me, like, you know, any desperate message or something, like, you know, even if it would have broken NDA, if anybody was like contacted me and like said like they really needed, I don't know how or why they would have needed me, but if anybody had like, you know, like desperately was like, you know, trying to get a hold of me, like I had it there to. So you know, yeah, you can always call me through Discord anytime. Just give me a Discord call, and like, I mean, if I don't answer, it's just because I don't hear it, and I'll always call you right back. So, especially since I am no longer under that stipulation. So, I mean, yeah, I hope it'll be fantastic too. I mean, right now, it's definitely not fantastic because, at least not for the artist that I'm working with. I mean, he's obviously pretty upset about this whole thing. You know, he had like no, it wasn't even like a large amount of money. Like the contract was for a rather paltry sum of money compared to most record contracts, but it was something. You know, it was something, and I was also access to, you know, touring, you know, the booking agents and getting into venues and stuff like that, getting shows going. That's the main loss. So now it's going to be doing all that stuff from scratch, which I don't technically know how to do, but instinctually I think I do. I don't know. I've made Stranger Things happen through force of will before, so we have a good product. it basically comes down to being able to sell something. You're really just selling something, and if you have a good enough product to sell, people will buy it. So I think he's got a good product to sell. So I think that's going to be all right. Well, I'm gonna jump off here. This is gonna be it for me because I'm about to exit in about 5 minutes. So I want to make sure like I make sure I'm driving fully focused for that. And so but if anybody is curious about is curious about what's going on with me, like this video will be up on YouTube. You can check it out and like to kind of explain my current situation. But I'll be streaming again sometime soon into various degrees. I'm going to try to do some more focused podcast type stuff. And I don't know how much live stream I'm going to be doing. I'll be doing live streams like this, maybe we're just like check-in type things. But I want to try to do it might be live, but I want to try to do more focused streams about music or movies or something like that. I'm not really interested in politics. I'll always be open to talking to people about, esoteric stuff and weird stuff. Because I'm into that stuff anyway, and no matter what conversation I get into, it's going to go that way anyway. But I'm done with politics. I think politics and me, we have reached an apotheosis of I just don't care anymore. But good night, everybody. Good night, Crystal, pretty much, and everybody else sees it. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye.